Crypto fans, welcome back to the channel. Today, we have some exciting news for you. You've undoubtedly noticed some significant movements with XRP if you've been watching the market recently. With good cause, XRP has been in the news lately. There's a lot of enthusiasm and anticipation in the Bitcoin sector. We're about to enter a game-changing event that has the potential to cause XRP prices to soar. Consider the potential benefits and the opportunities. Yes, the biggest asset manager in the world, BlackRock, recently filed for an XRP ETF. This is huge news for the cryptocurrency sector as a whole. Its value might skyrocket by 1,000% as a result, which would delight early investors and possibly alter the cryptocurrency investment landscape. However, how precisely does this operate? And what makes it so significant for the cryptocurrency industry? Together, let's discover in this thrilling episode. But first, if you're ready for XRP to become widely used, click the like button, subscribe, and remember to leave a comment on ETF. Stay tuned for the newest and best in cryptocurrency news made possible by your support. Since this is an introductory animation that sets the scene for the video with a title and on-screen text, there are no spoken lines. What is an XRP ETF, therefore, and why is it important? Let's dissect it. An exchange-traded fund that tracks the performance of XRP, a well-known cryptocurrency that has attracted a lot of interest lately, is known as an XRP ETF. One kind of financial instrument that enables investors to trade assets like stocks without actually owning them is an exchange-traded fund, or ETF. This implies that you can profit from changes in the asset's price without having to handle it yourself, making the investment process simpler. To put it another way, it's a financial instrument that allows you to follow the performance of a specific asset, such as XRP, without actually holding the coin. For people who wish to invest in cryptocurrencies without having to deal with the security and digital wallet complications, which can be intimidating for some, this can be especially helpful. Rather, you purchase ETF shares which replicate the underlying asset's price changes. This makes trading simpler and possibly less expensive, which appeals to both new and seasoned investors wishing to diversify their holdings. The reason BlackRock's file is noteworthy now is that it indicates a new degree of institutional participation in the XRP market. A major force in conventional finance is BlackRock. Their cooperation with XRP indicates that the major financial giants are now beginning to take cryptocurrency seriously as they handle assets worth over $9 trillion. Additionally, this ETF may open the door for even greater institutional investment in XRP if it is approved. Let's discuss the effects of BlackRock's decision. BlackRock has experience with they had already introduced a number of ETFs for various assets with success, and their entry into the Bitcoin market was one of their most noteworthy actions. The launch of Bitcoin ETFs was a significant event in the financial industry. The price of Bitcoin skyrocketed as a result of the influx of institutional investors. Take a look at the chart. The price of Bitcoin soared from about $10,000 to over $60,000 in a matter of months after the approval of the Bitcoin ETF. Institutional investors were a major force behind this price spike. Consider big banks, insurance firms, pension funds, and other significant financial industry participants. And now that BlackRock has filed for an XRP ETF, it appears like XRP may repeat its past. BlackRock has a reputation for making very smart investments, and the fact that they are supporting an XRP ETF indicates that they think XRP has enormous development potential. Even more intriguing, though, is the possibility that BlackRock's action will serve as the impetus for further institutional interest in XRP, which could result in a sharp rise in its value. There's now a crucial element that we cannot overlook: the continuing legal dispute between the SEC and XRP's creator, Ripple Labs. For those who don't know, Ripple has been battling the SEC on whether XRP belongs in the commodities or securities category. Due to market uncertainty brought on by this legal dispute, several institutional investors have been hesitant to fully embrace XRP. However, there is hope for the future. Ripple's defense against the SEC has advanced significantly in recent months. There is even speculation that the litigation might be settled in Ripple's favor, which would significantly alter the situation for XRP. If that occurs, institutional investors may be able to enter the market without worrying about regulatory repercussions. It would be significant if XRP were to be categorized as a commodity rather than a security if the SEC case is decided in Ripple's favor. Large institutions who had been reluctant to invest in XRP due to the legal uncertainties would probably jump in once that happened, which is where the ETF comes into play. Let's take a moment to contrast the Bitcoin ETF with the possible XRP ETF. Any cryptocurrency might undergo a radical transition with the launch of an ETF, which would give it greater respectability and draw in institutional investors. Retail investors frequently become more confident and trusting as a result of this legitimacy. When the Bitcoin ETF initially came out, it was a big thing, and there was no denying its influence on the price of Bitcoin. Just the announcement created a lot of buzz and media attention, which fueled the price increase, signified a turning point in the market for cryptocurrencies. Following the approval of its TF, the price of Bitcoin increased by almost 500% from about $10,000 to $60,000 as we previously witnessed. This significant rise marked a turning point in Bitcoin's history and was fueled by the infusion of new investors and increased market interest. Therefore, we can witness a significant price spike for XRP as well if the XRP ETF takes a similar course. There's a lot of room for expansion, and it might draw in new investors eager to take advantage of the chance. For XRP, this might be a pivotal moment. Although XRP is not the same as Bitcoin, the dynamics are comparable. Institutional investors looking for regulated means to become involved in cryptocurrency were the driving force behind Bitcoin's development. After being exonerated of its legal issues and backed by an ETF, XRP may experience an even greater upswing. Thus, we are discussing the possibility of growth of 1,000% or more. When will the XRP be operational? The key question is that there's a lot of confidence in the market, even though nothing is guaranteed. The ETF might be approved in the next 6 to 12 months if the SEC litigation is settled in the coming months. BlackRock's application has already been submitted, and there is increasing conjecture that the SEC will have few grounds to reject the ETF file once the legal haze surrounding XRP clears up. Although that schedule isn't definitive, it provides us with a ballpark estimate of when